go out in a big batch, 5 or 6 jerseys. So that comes back within a couple weeks. So they won't be ready for this next reload. But I have probably close to 10 jerseys, either on the way or in house that are ready for this next batch. New names, like I think 7 or 8 completely new names that have never been in the boxes. So we'll see. And like I said, I like hunting, finding stuff. Like I said, not the usual stuff you run across on in the hit parade boxes or on Fanatics websites. The stuff I find is a lot of times it's pretty rare, few and far between. You see, like I said, some of them a lot of them that if I'm able to get something, I'll ship it out to JSA, which I've done with some of the jerseys you have. That Chandler Stevenson is definitely a warm up worn Adidas military jersey from the Washington Capitals. That is absolutely as cool as you can get. That's the only warm up worn jersey we've had in the boxes. This is box 659 tonight in the last 3+ years. So we're still going strong. You guys keep me hunting for new stuff to load up the boxes. Like I said, I don't want to push spots on anybody, but I know we had a little bit light claim last night, so we had, I didn't want to start discount when we were in like 11 or 10 jerseys, but so I was able to do it today after some got grabbed. After like 5 or 6 o'clock, I was able to drop down the last couple spots. You guys swooped up all of them except for the Bill Barber. I'm not sure why there's no love. Hall of Famer, multiple Stanley Cup winner with the Philadelphia Flyers. Very nice Reebok, but we don't have much Flyer love in the room. Done no locals here. Obviously, probably be better off taking that jersey and selling it to one of the local shops around here or to some Flyer fans. But and speaking of which, Carter Hart, I was able to grab a Carter Hart, so that should be in the next reload. Obviously, he's now in the Stanley Cup Finals this year. It's good. Except he gets hot, and everybody in the area starts to dig out their old Carter Hart Flyers auto jerseys and put them for sale. So I do have Carter Hart coming in, which is pretty cool. But like I said, in fact, I even grabbed the Vegas Shea Theodore. First time he'd ever been in the boxes. Carter Hart's been in before, but Shea Theodore is a fun new name. Obviously, he's one of the top defensemen on the Golden Knights. I've never had him in my boxes, so I was able to grab one of them. So that'll be, it's good to have the guys in the Stanley Cup Finals. Like I said, right now we got some Canes in there. There's the whole All-Star jersey, which we haven't had in a while. Too many Flyers. Yeah, like I said, that doesn't happen when you start collecting the Flyers, but you like to spread around. But you got some of the good old school stuff. I said, when you got the old Broad Street Bullies Flyers, that's a little different than the current batch. And they've changed over the roster pretty heavily over the last bunch of years. So you get stuff from players that have been in and out. Like I said, I got another Jesus, and it's not a Flyer one, which is funny because the one I have in there is a Kings. What I have in there, I think I have a Czech, a Slovak League Jesus, and I think I have another Kings Jesus. So it's good. It's fun to get these stuff, knowing I'm not going to, you got the Goons, exactly. You got the Broad Street Bullies, the real Flyers, their fan base is still in love with that era of Flyers, even though that's not the era of hockey that we live in right now. So it's, they begrudgingly accept, their team of Travis Konechny's and Easy Teasy. Obviously, they tried to love Mitchkov. They had drafted Cutter Gauthier, who didn't want to be here and ended up having to get dealt out to Anaheim, where he blossomed into a 40-goal scorer this year. And like I said, it was nice to see that hit at Big Al's. That was a fast claim. I think that was the very first claim last box when I hit the Patrick Waugh. So Cutter Gauthier has been in demand. It's a really cool jersey. It was a white jersey with the orange letters. I guess is that the reverse retro maybe he did from last year? I don't remember exactly when they wore that, but that's not the regular Duck jersey, but it's with the old Disney logo, Ducks logo on the front on a white jersey, which is pretty cool. Looking like orange Pete numbers, which is pretty cool. So, but like I said, I'm always looking for goons for you guys. I've done well. Like I said, when the goon collectors are kind of like Canadians and Red Wing collectors. They don't part with their stuff very often, so it's always on me to try to hunt them down. And I'm always willing to spend a little bit more when I see a goon because you just don't see them. Like I said, goon collectors are tried and true. I never go back to the years and like the the markets where the dealers would have the Goon VHS tapes. They would build them, put them together, per player, or you do them per team. But closer mojo. Nick F swooping in to grab the barber, the legend, the Hall of Famer, multiple Stanley Cup champion. Nick F feels the barber, and he knows he can use that barber in his product. So there you go, Nick F grabbing the barber. Very good. Thank you much for that, closer mojo. Like I said, the Goons is always good to find. Like you said, you don't see them. Canadians fans don't flip their jerseys very often. Detroit Red Wing fans do not flip their jerseys very often, and Goon collectors. You don't see Goons at many signatures signing sessions, so it's not like you can come across tons of Goon jerseys. So it's pretty much somebody that either stalked the hotel lobby or went to the practice facility with the jersey and got it signed. So you don't see tons of. I guess now you might see more and more, but it's like you don't even see them very often at like the conventions. It's not the Goons. And plus now, it's a shame, but the fact of the matter is, we've lost a bunch of them. Obviously, the Goons, not necessarily because of the fighting they took as a player, but it just seems like we've lost some. The life expectancy might not be as high as a retired Goon. So, but yeah, anytime I grab them, I'm willing to. Obviously, we lost some biggies. But we do have some. So anytime I see good ones, I'll grab them for you guys. I hope you enjoy. Let me see. Is it still 3-0? End of the second period. 3-0 Carolina. So now you're saying Montreal's got to score 4 goals in the next 20 plus minutes. If they got to get 3 first to tie it, then they got a 4th goal either in regulation or overtime. I just don't see it happening. I said, they're going to be down 3-1 going to Carolina. So looks like Carolina and Vegas are going to line up for the finals unless Montreal could somehow get out of their coma and become lights out. But Carolina is basically got them in a chokehold. So, but that's funny. Obviously, I was watching Colorado lose last night. That is actually extended the streak. We've now had 13 straight the best team, the best record in the league, 13 straight years that team has not won a Stanley Cup. In fact, 13 straight years they haven't even gotten to the final. So 13 years ago, the Chicago Blackhawks, or 13 years ago, Blackhawks won the cup as the MVP, the best team with the record. And only twice ever in 21 years has the best team in the regular season won the cup. And that was the Red Wings, the third year, about 19 years ago, and the Hawks. And only 3 times ever in 21 years has the President's Trophy winner been to the finals. The Vancouver Canucks lost in the finals, and that was sandwiched by the Red Wings winning the cup and the Hawks winning the cup. And those are the only 2 President's Trophy winners that have won the cup in 21 years, which is absolutely insane. I don't know. It's something about, playing your guys deep into the season to try to secure that President's Trophy, but 13 straight years without making the final is insane, which means your President's Trophy winner didn't win more than 2 rounds in the last 13 years, which is just mind-boggling, including obviously my Tampa Bay Lightning was one of those. They got bounced. Columbus beat them the year of the President's Trophy, and then of course they won the cup the next 2 years. So obviously it's kind of like a kick in the butt for that Lightning's team after having been President's Trophy. Of course, the following year the Bruins won and they lost in the second round, and then Colorado won and then they lost in the second round. So that was the back-to-back cup years. And then of course the Panthers, they won the President's Trophy and they lost in the second round. That was the year I think that was that the year that Vegas won the cup. So it's just one of those things where it's a war of attrition. These teams, you play your starters and your starting goalies deep into the season to try to secure that President's Trophy, and it just doesn't have the impact. It's, you could say year by year there might be a reason for that, but it's just interesting to see 13 straight years President's Trophy has not made the finals. So that's just bizarre to me. So it boggles the mind. So let's get going. just one box tonight. Like I said, we got 13 different people with the claims. Nick F looking for some closer mojo. Thank you very much. We have Greg K, Thomas M, Doug M. Doug M over from Daryl's room. Welcome in, Doug M. First time with us, I believe. Dale C, of course, got spots. Dan B, our one of our new guys. No, he's not the newest. Obviously, Doug M, I don't think he's been with us before, but Dan B's got a spot. Nick F, of course. Who else? Big Al, Daryl L, CK, Brett and Jake, father-son duo, have a spot or two each. Jake, I think, has two. I think Greg's got two. Yeah, I don't know. Brett's got at least one. Jake has two. And then Mike H. Mike H grabbed some spots. He grabbed an unsold as well as one earlier claim. So he actually has a Chandler Stevenson. So good luck to everybody. One box tonight. We are not doing a box tomorrow. So remember that. I will post the upcoming breaks. Of course, we're doing the double box on Sunday. And then, of course, we're going to do one next week. Most likely, it looks like Wednesday. If I change my mind, I will post it. But kind of makes it nice to drop it in between. Give you guys a couple days off breathers, whether you're breaking elsewhere or just going to come back here. We're just going to stretch them out a little bit. Of course, like I said, I got a lot of stuff on the way. I should get at least a semi-decent reload when we're done. A couple more weekends of double boxes. So there we go. Like I said, it all falls into place. But good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. We still have 12 of the 13 reload boxes up there. We haven't hit them. We hit one. I think it was the first night, but then we haven't hit one since then. Of course, and we have the boxes up there. Oh, again, we have two boxes that are piggybacked. Box 48 and 59. Box 48 and 59 here. We hit 48. We will also open 59. We hit 59. We will also open 48. So I don't know which is in which box, but we open both if we hit one on the or the other on the random. So whoever has those spots, you're welcome. You have a twice as much chance of hitting either of those. That's the only box that are piggybacked right now are 48 and 59. So we have 1, 3, 2, 3, 6, 5, and 12 is our populations and our runs. So good luck to everybody tonight. Let's see what we got. Let me see. Where's my dice roller? Where is my dice? Okay, dice. There's my lists. Okay, very good. Okay. So you guys know the drill. 5 or more is what we're going to do. Boxes are in order still. 17 is the single box run. 3, and then, of course, the piggybacks, 48 and 59. Then we have 3 more to go. And then 6, 5, and 12 still from this last reload. So we'll see. Good luck, everybody. You guys know your targets. 1 and 32 is the box out tonight. See what we got. See 5 or more on a dice roll. See what we got here. 5. So just 5 times the lists. Okay, whether that means a newer box, older box, I don't know. But 5 times we're going to do the lists. Good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. Oh, single digit one, just a 3. Yeah, we got 98, 3, and then, of course, jump it up there. So good luck, everybody. 5 times. 32 boxes. 2, 3, 4, and the box we're going to open tonight. Good luck, everybody. It's going to be box number 92. Ooh, 92. 92 is not the most last 2 reloads, but there you go. 5 times box 92. 5 times box 92. That's the second most full reload. Box 92. There we go. Okay. Box 92 it is. Let's back it out for Sunday. Like I said, no box tomorrow. Box 92 will give us a couple days break, so we get ready. Get the boxes. The spots are live on eBay. I'll end whatever hits tonight, of course, so you guys can get your bids in. But we'll do double box on Sunday. 1 in 31, 1 in 30 will be our box odds on Sunday. So box 92 tonight. Let's see what we got. 92. Let me see. Okay, box 92 in the middle. There we go. Let's see what we got. Box 92. Okay, you do have a spot in this run, so it might not be the closer spot, but closer mojo carries over to your other spots. That's the way it works. So we'll see. We'll see. Nick is going for the closer mojo. See if it extends to his other spots. 92. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, good luck, everybody. I love a lot of these. There's some nice ones in this batch. Let's see what we got. Box 92. Last box of the week until Sunday's double. It's a single box Facebook claim week. Let's see what we got. 92 is going to be. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, he's been hoping. He's been hoping. Stanley Cup. Oh, it's a shame. The night after they were eliminated, the former Stanley Cup champion, Darcy Kemper, Colorado Avalanche, Stanley Cup champion. There it is. Darcy Kemper finally comes out. There it is. Fanatics COA. Darcy. Obviously, Los Angeles Kings. I'm surprised they didn't go to him in the playoffs before they got bounced. Obviously, they felt they wanted to go a different route, but he is a Los Angeles King, but former Stanley Cup champion, Colorado Avalanche, represents on the Fanatics with the C's. There it is, Darcy Kemper, Colorado Avalanche. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. It's a shame the day after they're eliminated, the Stanley Cup goaltender shows his face. Yeah, I don't think he would have helped. Obviously, their goaltending wasn't their issue in the series. It was just they just didn't get the scoring that they needed to get past Vegas. The goaltending was good, but Kemper, of course, won the cup there. Then he moved on, and of course, he's now one of the co-goalies of the Los Angeles Kings. So, congratulations. That goes to Dale C. on the Kemper. He's been hunting that from day one. So there you go. Finally comes out to play. Darcy Kemper going to a good home. Congratulations, Dale. Sorry, of course, for everybody that did not hit. Your odds have now gotten better. You're 1-31, 1-30 are your box odds on Sunday. No box tomorrow. So the odds will be there, 1-31 and 1-30. So get your bids in. Of course, I'll end the Kemper. He will go away. And then, of course, everything else is still there. Lots of monsters still to hit. Like I said, that's what the second largest population of boxes was from where that Kemper came out of. So now we have 1, 3, the double box 3, 6, 5, 5, and 12. So good luck, everybody, on Sunday. Get a couple of days off, extra day off before we get to break it on Sunday. Enjoy the hockey, of course, tonight. And then, of course, we're going to be taking a break no matter what. We're going to have hockey, of course, on Friday. If Montreal can get themselves back into that. I think it's Friday, Sunday, and of course Tuesday. But I don't think the finals will start until after that. Maybe I think it'll come maybe on next Friday. I'm not sure how the schedule's set up because I know the games are already in place for if this series goes 7. I don't think they start early if Carolina can close it out. But congratulations, Dale, on the Kemper finally coming home. Congratulations on that. Sorry, of course, everybody else, but we know there's some monsters out there still to be hit. Look forward to seeing you guys back here on Sunday. Good luck to the new guys. I'd like to see them hit. Like I said, I root for all you guys, but sometimes we have some new guy magic. It just hasn't happened recently. Dan B, of course, good luck to you. Doug M, of course, whether you're here over at Daryl's, good luck to you as well. Everybody else, I'll see you either here or Big Al's or Nick's or Daryl's, but definitely back here on Sunday. Enjoy the games till then. See if Montreal can stave off elimination. Till then, Waffleboard Breaks is out. Take care, guys. Thank you very much. Why'd you blow up the Blackhawk?